This month in Poppy Loves Book Club, we read One Step Too Far by Tina Seskis, published by Penguin.
Hello everyone, welcome to Poppy Loves Book Club for March. This month we have Tina Seskis.
Hi.
And we are reading One Step Too Far. So, hello Tina.
Hi, how are you doing, Annabelle?
I'm good, thank you. Just wanted to quickly ask you, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Hampshire originally, which for your worldwide members is kind of southwest of London, near a place called Camberley in Surrey.
Okay, because this book is based in London, so
Yes.
had you lived in London before?
I live in London now and have lived in London for the last 28 years. So I actually consider myself more of a Londoner now than a kind of Hampshire person.
And you've written a psychological thriller. What attracted you to this genre of book?
I didn't know I was writing a psychological thriller when I actually wrote it. I just had the idea for the story, and I was writing it while my mum was unwell actually, and I was trying to kind of keep her interested. So I was writing it in chapters, sending it to her, and unfortunately she died literally a few days after I finished the first draft. So it was very much a story that I had in my head that I wrote for my mum, and then at the end I thought actually this could become a novel, so that was how it happened. So I had no idea what genre I was writing in, and in fact when I sent it out to agents it got rejected. A lot of the comments were that it was too genre blurry. So yeah, but now this is a massive genre. So you know, and I wrote the book actually in 2010, but I think in 2012 Gone Girl came out, and then I think that was the start of the kind of the real psychological thriller with a female protagonist who wasn't necessarily, you know, the kind of goody two shoes of the old chick lit kind of rom-com
Damsel
type.
in distress.
Yeah, so a stronger, more difficult kind of protagonist actually, more difficult to like, more difficult to understand. Hopefully people understand at the end.
A very important aspect of the book is the book cover.
Yes.
So how I've noticed up on Poppy Loves Book Club so many different posts from around the world with different book covers.
Yeah.
How did you come about to choose them?
Well, what happened was, as I mentioned, I couldn't get an agent or a publisher. So what I did 3 years ago, exactly 3 years ago in fact, was I set up my own publishing company and I published it myself under Kirk Parolis. And the original cover had orange British Rail tickets, which were Manchester to London. And as hopefully everybody knows, the story is about a woman who gets up and walks out of her life, moves from Manchester to London. So I hired a book designer as a publisher, and he came up with 3 covers. The first one I didn't like at all. The second one I wasn't that keen on. The third one I was like, oh, this will do. And my husband was like, no, it's not good enough. It needs to be better. And he just went away, and half an hour later came back with the stripy cover idea. And I then got a graphic designer to mock it up. And then people really loved it, and it worked really well on Amazon. But also somebody in one of my book clubs that I was involved with in the beginning said that they thought the cover would look great in British Rail, W.H. Smith, you know, Euston. And so I got in touch with W.H. Smith, and to cut a long story short, they took 2,000 copies. So, and that was the beginning of it selling, you know, really, really well, and it going to #1 on Amazon. And that's when basically I got a publishing deal, first of all with HarperCollins in America. They've done 2 covers. I've had 15 different publishers around the world, and then Penguin, there's probably 20, 22 different covers out there. So yeah, and in terms of whether I get a choice, obviously the very first cover was completely my choice. My husband designed it. Since then I get input on the covers to greater or lesser degrees, but the ones in the foreign countries, I don't understand the market, so they know their markets much better than I. You know, who am I to judge what book would sell in Germany or in Turkey. You know, I haven't got a clue. So
Such a business behind book writing.
Yeah.
So let's move on and get
Yeah.
to know a little bit more about Tina. This will be the perfect day of
Yeah.
Tina. Where would you wake up?
Do you know, I love waking up in my own bed. It's great, it's peaceful, it's got my husband in it. So yeah, I wouldn't mind waking up there. Last week I was in Ibiza staying in a lovely house. I wouldn't mind then transporting my bedroom to Ibiza and being by the pool there for maybe breakfast. And then maybe go to the beach, one of the beach clubs for lunch. Then go back to my dad's house, have afternoon tea in the garden, end up back at home.
Sounds great. You've done a lot of travelling.
Yes.
With only a few steps.
Yes.
And what would you listen to any music or?
I do listen to music, but I don't listen to music as much as I used to and as much as I'd like to. I tend to listen to Radio 4 if I'm at home. If I'm writing, I often just write without any sound at all. Today I was gardening and we had Double J, which is an Australian radio station on, because my husband's Australian and he had the day off today and he helped me garden.
And final question, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Good question. I think it would be that ability to transport myself from one place to the next. My husband's Australian, a lot of our family are in Australia, so to be able to just suddenly be there or, you know, to be anywhere in the world, that would probably be my superpower.
Great. Well, I can hear some of our members are arriving.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to cut this short, but thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we'll pop over and talk to everyone else.
Lovely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Poppy Loves Book Club is no ordinary book club. Poppy Loves Book Club sees women from all around the world, all reading the same book at the same time. And then we all come together online on the last Wednesday of every month to discuss it. The really exciting bit is often the author joins us as well, so you can post your questions to them directly. If you would like to join Poppy Loves Book Club, it's really, really easy. There are just two things you need to do. Number one, sign up. Number two, join the Poppy Loves Book Club Facebook group. Just head over to my blog, poppyloves.co.uk, and follow the links to Book Club. I really look forward to seeing you online soon.